Hello everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG journal. Today we are playing Game 7, or Game 4, Round 1. Round 4, Game 1? Whatever I was calling it, of the Age of Fantasy Skirmish campaign tournament thing that I was playing. And we're at Round 4, or Mission 4, of 5. So we're almost at the end. We've got 2 games. We're going to play 2 games for Mission 4. The Litwin Scouts. Let's go up here. The Litwin Scouts will face off against Klara's Horde in this game. And the Autumn Expedition will face off against Chevel's Troop. And we are doing this in this order because of where they sit on the scoreboard. Klara's Horde is at the back in 4th place, and in 3rd place are the Litwin Scouts with 3 and 3.6 points. The Autumn Expedition is on 4.3 points in 2nd place, and Chevel's Troop have 6 points. So, because of that, that's where that matchup's coming from. Which means that we are actually facing the same teams as the first 2 games. And then for Mission 5, we've got something special planned. There will only be 1 game. It will be a melee. So, we are going to play on the farm map again. Litwin Scouts have seen a bit of a roster change. Harel died in the last game and has been replaced with another lone watcher, this time called Karel. Because, you know, why not? They're basically the same unit, except doesn't have the same amount of XP. Klara's Horde lost her spearmen, so she replaced them with a unit of ghouls. So she's moving forward with 3 units of ghouls, a unit of skeletons, and herself as a wizard. Klara's Horde will have 1 underdog point because her lineup is worth 10 points less. The Litwin Scouts. So, with deployment out of the way, we have Objective 1 sitting up the top of the fort, Objective 2 hidden in the forest, and Objective 3 behind these hay bales. Objective 4 is next to the cut lumber between them and the rocks. Objective 5 is in the middle of the road. At the entrance to the farm. And Objective 6 is on the other side of the farm. The Litwin Scouts won the deployment. They have the Archer Adana. What's the Scout? Yes, I also upgraded Adana to a scout from a warden or defender or whatever she was, because they're basically the same unit, but one cost 5 points more, I think it was, or 10 points more or something. They had the same things. The only difference was she now has scout and stealth. It just seemed like it should have been a progression thing as opposed to a different unit type to me. I then have Arthas, the Tree Man Warrior, the Sorrel the Warrior with his 2 blades, and Elora Litwin, the Druid and hero of the Warband, hidden in the forest. And then Karel, the newly hired Lone Watcher, has used the Scout ability to move forward and be Scouts, you deploy them last after everything else is deployed. You deploy them within your territory and then move them. You can move them 12 inches forward. So he has moved to have line of sight of these ghouls. Whereas the other scout is just, in fact, I basically honestly forgot that she had the scout rule. I'm just going to move her there. Klara, however, has set up with her skeletons along the road 2 units of ghouls. So this is going to be unit of ghouls 1, unit of ghouls 2 on the left side of the house. And is standing along with them, ready to face whatever comes out of the forest. And then the unit of ghouls, unit 3, is here ready to take this objective. Now, I have rolled objectives. The Litwin scouts got the special objective of mastery, which is end the game with, or at some point during the game, have at least 1 unit in each quadrant of the board at one time. Klara's Horde have a slightly easier one, Honor, which is make sure you don't have all of your units leave the objective, the deployment zone, and don't not go back to it, I believe. The Litwin scouts got the Terrify objective, as well as Hold 2 and Seize 1, both of which should be pretty easy for them, as Objective 1 is here and Objective 2 is here. The Klara's Horde did get Hold 5 and Seize 6. Now, Seize 6 is here, so that should be possible for them, as this unit of ghouls will be alive. Litwin scouts can't remove this unit of ghouls in round 1. This, however, will be slightly harder. I mean, they'll have to, if they're able to take it, actually, yeah, this should, as long as they're able to take it this turn, they should be able to score that next turn. They also got Arcane Channeling, which is interesting. So, Terrify. Oh, actually, I'm going to re-roll Terrify. The reason for that is it is actually impossible for the undead to fail a morale test. So they've rolled 66 instead, which is take no prisoners. Which they're unlikely to win, but it is technically possible. So let me just... take no prisoners. And Klara got Arcane Channeling, which is to successfully cast or block 1 magic spell, or for 2 victory points, 3 or more magic spells, because you can only cast or block. Can you block more than 1 spell a round? In any case, you can only cast more than 1 spell a round, even if you've got multiple wizards. So that means that that should be scoreable when we get to round 3. So Klara looks like she has an easy 5 victory points, while the Litwin scouts look like they've got an easy 3 victory points, but that can change. The other thing I've rolled for is events. The Litwin scouts scored an event, but Klara's Horde did not. The Litwin scouts scored the event Poisonous Cloud, rather. A toxic gas is released from the sewers and poisons everyone in the area. Select one random table quarter. All of the units within that table quarter take 1d3 plus 1 automatic hits. So, this is going to be very bad for someone. So, top left is 1. Top 2 is... top right is 2. Bottom left is 3. Bottom right is 4. Oh, no! Oh, poor Klara. This was going to be very bad for either Klara or the Litwin scouts. It was, yeah, not going to be... Now, let me just read this again. Rolling the things, how to roll them. All of the units. I just want to make sure this can affect Klara because each player rolls. Random events. At the beginning of each round, players must roll 1 die. On a 5+, a random event happens. There's nothing to say that it can only affect the player that rolled it. But you've got, like, select 1 random unit, remove it from play. And rolling for random units. If a random event calls for a randomly selected unit from any warband, you must fire... First select a warband from the... Okay. Select 1 random unit, select 1 random warband. Oh, yeah, so it can... Select D3 random units. Select 1 random unit. Select 1 random table quarter. All units within terrain. Select 1 random player. Ooh, until the end of the mission, whenever a unit climbs, I've played this wrong. Disheartened. All units from 1 random warband. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, it can affect Klara, which is really quite bad. So it's 1d3 plus 1 automatic hits. So I'm just going to roll this dice. So it's 2 automatic hits. Oh, that's really bad. Because that's just 6 units come straight off the board. Or 6 models come straight off the board because... Each unit is it... Oh, hang on. I do get to roll saves. So for Ghoul Unit 1, it's 5 up. 5 ups, I believe. Oh, okay. Let me just make sure. Ghouls, 5 ups. So that was the 2 fails. For Ghoul Unit 2, 5 up. 2 6s. Ghoul Unit 2 has all 3 models still on the board. And Ghoul Unit 3 over here, 5 up. Both save. Okay. So we've only lost 2 models. Where... Well, I say that. Where'd that other model go? Here we go. The other thing is, I believe that Klara has... Ooh. No, I hadn't updated. Okay, so the Litwin Scouts get 2. I got it wrong before. The Litwin Scouts, I'll put that up here where it's a little bit more visible. Get 2 underdog points. Actually here at the beginning, end of the road. Here we go. We're not near any objectives that way. Cool. So, from here then, the Litwin Scouts will take the first turn. Oh, hang on. I didn't roll for Klara. Klara takes 2 automatic hits, and she saves on 3s, I think. 3 and a 5. Just double check that Klara saves on Vampire Lord. Defense 3. She saves on 3s. She has still 0 wounds. Let me just make sure I have... Ooh. Careful. Make sure you reset your wounds, right? Okay. That lets us start round 1 then. We start with the Litwin Scouts. And I think that the first thing to do is have Adana take 2 shots. At these skeletons. They are within range of her 30-inch bow. She has rapid fire, so she has 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Two hits. They save on 5s, I believe. Yep. One saves, one does not, so they lose 1 model. And Adana has fought and activated. And it is the Litwin, it is Klara's turn. She is going to advance. Her skeletons up this way. So they are close enough to take this objective, but they are heading towards the forest to be involved in whatever fight happens over here. They have activated. So, Litwin Scouts, the next attack to do, I believe... We're going to take 2 shots at these guys. So this is with the Lone Watcher Corel. He hits on 3s. He gets 2 attacks thanks to Eagle-Eyed, choosing the Rapid Shot to get 2 attacks. And he is a Sergeant, so he actually hits on 2s because he has a +1 to hit. Okay, so there's only 1 hit. Lucky he's a Sergeant. And they save on 5s. They don't save, so 1 model comes off the board. So he has fort and activated. So at this point, these ghouls will move up. To here. And in fact, I'm going to stagger them to be here, like this, because that's within, well within the 12-inch movement of the rush action, I think. And it will allow, potentially allow a further charge range in the next turn. Okay, so Litwin Scouts has 3 units that have not yet activated. So, Sorrel, staying in the cover. Now, all Wood Elf units have Strider, so they get more than 6 inches of movement. So he's just going to take the 12-inch move and staying in cover as much as he can. Staying in the forest, he's going to move up towards the enemy warband, but staying within range of the objective so that he can score it. He has activated. We're now looking at Klara. Just going to have a look at her spell list because she is a wizard. Invocation, target friendly, give a unit regeneration. Ooh. Okay. We're going to rush this unit of ghouls. This is the unit of ghouls that, specifically the unit 2, which is the unit that did not lose any models. We're going to rush them up here. And that is their activation. Now, the Litwin Scouts move is to rush. Actually, the Litwin Scouts move might actually be to charge these skeletons. So can't quite get with, not skeletons, ghouls. It can't quite get to them, but can get to within an inch of them, which means that they have to consolidate up to an inch in order to fight him, to accommodate that charge. So these guys all get a bunch closer, and he gets the first attack. So, Tree Man, Claws, attack 2. He has Furious. So he gets 3 attacks, and he hits on 4s. So 2 hits. The ghouls save on 3s, on 5s. What am I saying? They only save on 5s. So they straight up lose 2 units. That was the only special rule. He had Furious and Strider, yeah. So This remaining ghoul will attack back, which I'm pretty sure he gets to do because they are within 1 inch. He gets 2 attacks. And both hit. However, he has the poison special rule. So that 1/6 becomes 3 hits. So, what was his name? The Tree Man Warrior, Athras, saves on 5s. Let's check the log there. Oh, so only one of those succeeded. So he actually takes 3 wounds. I'm not going to put them on the thing because I'm pretty sure he's going to... Oh, no. He does... Okay, so he's got 3 wounds, and he is knocked down. Both of these units have fought. He is going to retreat an inch in this direction. And you have activated as well. Okay, it is now Klara's turn, and she can charge the stunned tree man. So actually, I'm not going to... I don't need that die at all because he just goes down without any roll off. So he's just straight up knocked out. And this ghoul is not going to consolidate anywhere. But it has moved and it has activated and fought. So, Elora is going to move 12 inches to here. She is now not within 6 inches of the... she's now within 6 inches of both of these units, however. So she is going to cast Insect Attack. 5+, 2 enemy units within 6 take 3 hits with AP2 each. So, she needs a 5 to get that off. She is a wizard too. So on a roll of a 3 or more, she will have successfully cast this spell. 6. Okay. So they have both taken 3 hits with AP2 each. So Ghoul Unit 1 has to make 3 saves and on a 6. 6 up. He takes 3 wounds. And so we'll have to make a wound roll. 5, he is knocked out. So Ghoul Unit 1 is knocked out. Ghoul Unit 2 will also have to make 3 saves on 6s. Makes none of them, so it also has to roll a wound check. 3 plus 3 is 6, therefore it is knocked out as well. Klara has activated, and I'll just throw these other dice away. So, no, Elora has activated. It is now Klara's turn. She is now the only unit that has not activated on the board. So she is going to move up 12 inches. And she is going to cast... Deadly Gaze. I think. Yeah. She's going to cast Deadly Gaze at Elora. So she can see that. So she's only a Wizard 1, I think. Yeah, Wizard 1. So on a 4-up, she will get this spell off. On a 6, so she succeeds. Now, I need to check the Wizard rule. Wizard. May cast one spell during its activation at any point before attacking. Pick a spell, and the result, spells. Enemy wizards within 18 inches and line of sight of the caster may roll d6 plus wizard plus X at the same time. And if their result is higher, the spell is blocked. Wizards may only either try to cast or try to block a spell each round. So Elora can't, whatever her name is, Elora Litwin. Elora Litwin cannot try to block the spell. The spell goes off successfully. So she takes one hit with AP 4, Deadly 3. So she needs to roll 3 wound saves, because that's what Deadly does, at AP 4. She basically has to make 3 saves on 6s. Oh, she's got a defensive 6 anyway, so it doesn't matter. So she makes none of those saves, which means that she is on 3 wounds and now makes wound checks. So with tough, you've got to, your threshold for death is 5+ tough. So basically, as we're on 3, we've got tough 3. On a raw 5, she's out of the game, I think. Yeah. So she rolls a 3, which means she is stunned. And that is the end of round 1, as all units have activated. I believe that's activated, that's activated. The other 2 ghoul units have come off the board. All of the Litwin scouts have activated. Yep. So, objective scoring. This objective, objective 1, now belongs to the Litwin scouts. Objective 2 has also been seized by the Litwin scouts. And objective 3 has been seized by the Litwin scouts. I had measured that up. Objective 6 has been seized by Klara's Horde. Objective 5 has been seized by Klara's Horde. And no one is anywhere near Objective 4. But no one really needs to care about that, because the Litwin scouts do manage to seize 1, so they get to score that objective. Elora, Litwin knocks out Ghoul 1. Elora Litwin knocks out Ghoul 2. Both of these happened on round 1. Klara's Horde has managed to C6 and will score that. Klara. Cast. I'm actually going to keep the Elora, Litwin, cast, insect, attack. Klara cast. What did Klara cast? Deadly Gaze. Okay. So that is the objectives scored. It is now time for round 2. So, clearing the board of dice. We need to roll, first of all, for new objectives. So, the Litwin Scouts pick up objective 62, which is Spellbreaker. Destroy an enemy model with the wizard rule. And Klara's Horde pick up 24. Sees 4, okay. So that's theoretically doable. I'm not positioned particularly well for that, though. They also have to roll for random events. So Litwin Scout do get a random event. Klara's Horde also gets a random event. So Litwin Scout's random event will be 1, 13, and Klara's Horde will get the random event 36. Okay. 13. Mudcrow Shakedown. A Mudcrow flock swoops down and attacks anyone with shiny gear. Select D3 random units, which can't use one random ranged weapon or upgrade until the end of the mission. Oh, damn. D3 random units. Okay. So this will be 1 random unit. So it's going to be Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, or Unit 4. 5 and 6 I'll just reroll. Unit 1 cannot use 1 random ranged weapon or upgrade. So she's going to lose the rapid fire upgrade, so she only gets 1 shot per round. Okay. That is Mudcrow Shakedown. Event 13, Mudcrow Shakedown. Adana, no rapid fire. 2. And what did I get for 30 something? 36. Lost and found. They say that one man's trash is another man's treasure. Place a treasure marker at the center of a random table quarter. Units can pick it up by moving into contact with it. And if they drop it if they are knocked out or stunned. If a unit with it manages to exit the table through an opponent's table edge, its warband gains 1 VP. Okay. Okay, then. What am I going to do for that? So let's select a random thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Re-rolling 5 and 6. I could just roll a d4, but I haven't done that. 4. So there's 1 over here in the center. Okay. So it's going to... 24 is this line here. So 12 is that line. And I'm pretty sure that 12 is that line. 11. So 12 is, so the center is like here. All right. Mimic. Find a mimic. Got this mimic. Yep. That is the center of the board. Cool. So that is an extra victory point if someone can get it off the table edge, which I can't see happening. But let's write it down. It is lost and found. With the new objectives drawn and the random events worked out, resolved, it is time for Litwin Scouts' second turn. So Adana? No. No. So she has to activate. Otherwise she's dead. So I've got to I've got to activate Elora first. Otherwise she's just out of the game. Activating stunned units. Stunned models are placed on their side to show they must remain idle during their next activation, after which they stop being stunned. So they very specifically stop being stunned after their activation, which means that she will not be able to cast a spell. So she has activated. She can't move, she can't do anything, she just is no longer stunned. So I think that Klara is just going to go for her. So Klara's activating, running at her, and attacking. Klara, the Vampire Lord, has a hand weapon, 4 attacks, AP 1, but she has Furious. So she gets 5 attacks, and she hits on 3s. So I should have... I did not remember to cast a spell. So that's that. I just didn't remember. Sorry, she got 1, 2, 3 hits on Klara, who saves on 6s. She does not save any of those. So she now has 6 wounds. And has to roll to see if she... 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 was the only roll that she could have made in order to stay in the game. Oh my god, she's got 6 wounds, but she is stunned again. And Klara's going to move back an inch. So she has fought. And she has activated. Okay. Are they going to be able to charge him? They are. They've got this thing, though. Okay. So, Karel is going to move over here so that he has line of sight to Klara. And is going to try and shoot her just the once with the precise rule. So he has the rule eagle-eyed, which allows him to either have precise or rapid. Rapid is 1 attack. Precise is 1 extra attack, but with 2 AP. So that would bring her save down. So he's going to make 1 attack, hitting on a 2. I think it's fair to say that she has cover, so he hits on a 3. Which is what he gets, and so she has to save. This attack now has AP 2. So she saves on a 5. She does not save. So she takes 1 wound. And Karel has activated and fought. Giving up on this package here. I'd have to collect it and then make it to the other side of the board. I'm not going to be able to do that in time. I could take that. What is the hold 2? No. I think that the thing to do with these two is to advance to here, so that I am in between. In the next turn, can potentially get into combat. And so these 2 ghouls have activated. Now, I think that the thing to do is going to be to jump in here and attack Klara again. So, Sorel has 2 hand weapons and hits on 4s. So 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Klara saves on 3s. Oh, that's a 1. So she now has 2 wounds, but she gets to fight back with 4 attacks or something like that. No. Wrong window. Yeah, she fights back with 4 attacks. Hitting on 6s because she has already fought. So that's only 1 hit, and he saves... he saves on 5s. So that's a 6. He saves and will retreat. An inch. And he is going to put himself in between Elora and the skeletons. But he has now activated. And fought. That leaves the skeletons as the only force on Klara's side that hasn't gone yet. They... I'm just trying to work out if they can attack Elora. They will not be able to move through the forest. They have to move around it, which moving over here will take an inch off their movement. Giving them a total of 10. They can do it. So they can just do it. Oh, this one here can. This one would end up on this side of the thing, but that's close enough to fort to hang on. So got to be here in order to be, because so you can't move unless you're charging an enemy unit. You can't move within an inch of them. So this would position him as a charge. Ooh, hang on a second. I'm going to need... This is really close. So I'm actually going to have to stop for a second and check that position. All right. See this position here? This is where his base was. So it would have been here. Can't get there. Oh, hang on. Maybe you can. This has to be the base position. Yeah, that's 10 inches there. That is where the skeleton was. The skeleton cannot. Yeah, because I can't put the base inside the thing for, I think where I was measuring to originally was this point here. The base would be inside the fence. We can't do that. So they're unable to do that. So they're instead going to get in here and attack Sorel. So they hit on 5s. 1 hit. And he saves on a 5, I think. That's a 3, so he doesn't save that. Yeah, he does save on a 5. He takes 1 hit, and so has to make a wound check. I believe that's he is still up. 1 to 5 is stunned. Status: knockdown, and they are going to try and push him. 4, so they managed to push him to here, as opposed to them moving themselves. They don't have to consolidate any. So that is their activation, and that they have also fought. So, which units are left? We have Harel has Harel died. Harel has activated. The Ghoul Troop 3 has activated. Klara has activated. Sorel activated. Elora activated. The Skeletons activated. Klara has no more units on the board because the other 2 units of ghouls have come off. Adana is the only one that has not yet activated. She's going to move here so that she has a clean shot at Klara. The base is slightly obscured, but otherwise she isn't obscured at all. Those trees are too far apart. Yeah. So she's just going to get 1 attack because Adana lost her rapid fire ability due to the bloody mud crows. So she gets 1 attack, hitting on a 4. Two, she misses. I don't need to mark her as having been activated because she was the last activation. So, what changes this turn for objectives? Absolutely nothing. Which means that it's almost scoring. First of all, no one needs to roll morale. Klara still has 3 units on the board. She's only lost 2 units, which is more than half, and the Litwin scouts have only lost 1, so they're still at 4 units. So no morale checks are happening. Objective scoring is the thing to do. So hold 2 is definitely what the Litwin scouts will score at the end of round 2, and they will get 2 victory points for that, bringing them to 3. Klara's Horde have managed to hold 5. So they will score that at the end of round 2 for 2 points, bringing them as well to 3. Neither side will... Actually, no, Klara is going to discard Seize 4 because she could go and get it potentially, but she might, with the luck of the draw, get something a little bit easier to get on subsequent turns. She failed to cast a spell. Elora Litwin didn't cast a spell. There was no other units taken off the board. So that is it. That is the end of round 2. So it's just time for round 3. Now, because Klara, Elora, the Litwin scouts, Elora Litwin was the last to activate with Adana over here. It is Klara's go first. This time, she's going to remember to cast a spell. Oh, actually, the thing to do, instead of attacking one of these stunned units, is actually to charge this scout. Both of these units can get into combat, base contact with him. So before he can move away, they're going to charge him. Oh, hang on. They get 4 attacks, rather. Hitting on 5s. Ooh, that is rough. 2 6s with poison. That's 6, 7 wounds total that he has to save. Now, I do believe he's got a save of like 4+ or 3+, but let's quickly check that. The Lone Watcher. Oh no, he's got a defense of 6. Oh, he's well and truly stuffed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds go through. I do believe that he can't succeed at this roll. 4? Yeah, he is just out of the game. And with that success they've taken... Oh, hang on, I forgot to roll new objectives. So Klara first, because one die at a time. Klara first. 1. One. Sees 1. Okay. So that's actually harder than the one that she discarded. But she's got another one. 1. 2. Sees 2. This one, however, is quite a bit easier. Because these ghouls are right here. They get to consolidate 3. Now, Elora, Litwyn, the Litwin scouts need a new objective as well. 44, is it? Oh. I'm also going to let them discard take no prisoners. Even though I didn't say it before, it's 44. Shifting strategy. Roll a d6 when you draw this card. Control that objective number. Okay. Roll a d6. 5. So she... For 1 victory point, I need to control objective 5. Control that objective marker after it was controlled by the enemy at the start of the round. Oh, so if I manage to take objective 5 this round, or next round, I get to score it for 2 victory points. That's pretty good. And they're also going to draw 43. Hold the line. Well, they're not going to be able to do that, but that's all right. Hold the line. Oop. Okay, So now we're getting into round 3. And is Elora standing up the right choice? She hits on 4s and she gets 1 attack versus hitting on 4s. Oh, Chemist. What does Chemist do? I mean, she's stunned, so I don't think that special rules should activate. So I think we'll just leave that. Maybe actually Sorrel. He has... Sorrel has 2 attacks. And a defensive 5, he's actually more likely to make it through. So maybe I actually want to have him stand up. Or maybe... Oh, I didn't do random events. Let's quickly do random events. So, Klara does not get a random event. Does Elora get a random event? No, that's good. Adana's going to take a shot at Klara. Hitting on 4s. Hitting on a 4. She hits. Klara has a 3-up save. Klara saves. I also need to mark this one. Okay, so Klara's going to cast a spell. We're going to activate Klara, and she is going to cast a spell. I need to see her spell list. Okay, she's going to cast Spectral Wind on... yeah, she's going to cast Spectral Wind and target Sorrel. So she's a Wizard 1, so on a 3-up. She doesn't get the spell off. She doesn't get the spell off. So she's going to fail that cast. Because yeah, Wizard 1, rolling a 4, that was a 2. That's it. That's all she wrote. In that case, she's going to charge Sorrel and knock him off the board. And she won't consolidate because she can't really get any into a better position. Yeah, there's no point. So, she has activated and fought. Now, the Litwin scouts only have 1 model left on the board, and that is Elora. Litwin herself, she's going to stand up. Let's just move that to... over near Klara more. And that's her activation. And then these guys are going to charge her. She could survive this because they hit on 5s. Okay, they get 1 hit. They get 1 hit, and she saves on 6s. So she saves on 6s. She takes 1 wound. She is on 7 wounds. I don't believe she can succeed the wound roll. She does not succeed the wound roll. She comes off the board. And that is round 3. Now, before we do anything else, Adana has to make a quality roll. It is a morale check. Adana the Scout has Scout, Stealth, and Strider. She doesn't have anything that affects her morale. She, just has to make a quality roll of 4, I believe. Let's double check these rules. Morale test. Yeah, simply rolls the quality. This is a route test at the end of any round. Okay, so she makes it. She is still on the board. Ooh, hang on a second. Just a rule check here. I can choose not to. I can concede. Whenever a player would have to take a route test, that player may concede instead. Conceding warbands count as having failed the morale test for the purpose of casualties. Missions are played using the standard rules. However, if after 4 rounds there are no clear winner, the game continues on. Mission. The game ends after 4 rounds, and the player that controls the most markers wins. I'm just trying to see if I can end the game early. Game structure. After both players have deployed their armies, the game starts with the first round, and the player that won the deployment roll-off takes first turn. During his turn, the player picks a unit that has not been activated yet and activates it by performing an action. After 4 full rounds have been played, the game ends. On each new round, a player that has finished activating so it very much reads like I can't end the game prematurely. It has to go on for 4 rounds. The missions don't change. The game ends after 4 rounds, and the player that scored the most victory points wins. Yeah. I can't end it early, so we continue on to round 4. Let's look at scoring first, though. Spellbreaker, I cannot score yet. Shifting Strategy, I cannot score yet. Hold the Line, I also can't score yet. I'm going to discard Hold the Line. Events, I didn't manage to knock any units out. And no spells were cast. Klara's Horde. Hasn't seized 1 and hasn't seized 2 yet, I don't think. Because this is, yeah, too far away from any one unit. No other objectives are in any way going to change hands. So the only other objective that could be scored is Arcane Channeling. Now, I can't... Mission cards. Where is Arcane Channeling? It's like 56. Successfully cast or block 1 magic spell. Successfully cast or block 3 or more magic spells. I can't get 2 victory points because I didn't cast the second round and then failed to cast on the third round and have to successfully cast it in order to get it. So I'm only going to get... So I'm going to score that on round 3 for 1 victory point. And discard Seize 1. Which brings me to 4 victory points, or brings Klara to 4 victory points. Okay, so the next and only thing left to do is skeletons. It's not the spearmen. So Klara knocked out Sorrel. Ghouls 3 knocked out Corel. And Skeletons knocked out Elora. No spells were cast. And that's everything for round 3. So it's now time for round 4. So, let's remove the dice. The Litwin scouts go first, so they are going to draw 64. Executioner. Destroy 1 enemy model with the hero rule. And let's see if they get a random thing. Oh no, they get a random thing. Before we resolve that, Klara, you pick up 24. Which is Seize 4. Hang on. Do you have that already? You have already had Seize 4. You have discarded, so you will roll again. 20. No. 36. You haven't had 36? 35. So 36 is hold 6. Which she'd actually be able to score at the end of the turn for 2 victory points. So that's pretty good. Now, does she get a random event happening? Okay, both sides rolled for random events. So, Litwin scouts first. 44. 44, Opportunist. The first time during this round when a unit knocks out a stunned unit by charging in a melee, it receives +1 XP. Well, that's not happening. Event 44. And event 31. Terror from the Deep. Place a monster marker in the center of one random table quarter. All units within that move within 3 inches of it take D3 hits. Okay. I mean that's deep. Let's go event. Uh, 31 rather, not 33. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna be smart and roll a d4 this time. 1. Oh shit. Here. That is the center of this quarter. She is... So it's... Anyone that moves within 3 inches of it. So starting in range, I think it's safe. I think it's technically okay. It's not. It's if you move within it. I'm gonna move out. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think. Yeah, leave a comment and let me know if you think that isn't fair. I mean, I'm really interested to know what people think of some of these rulings. Yeah, sometimes some things are a little bit ambiguous. I'm not looking this one up this time, but I feel like it should be if you move within it as opposed to start within it. Also, otherwise, this is just really rough. The Litwin Scouts have basically one chance of turning this around, and that is to shoot and kill Klara. So I'm going to move back. So I'm no longer within 3. Move a little bit further. And then take a shot. Single shot, hitting on a 4, hitting Klara. I roll a 1, so I miss. So that is the only activation and attack that the Litwin Scouts get to make with their one model. These ghouls will be able to move here up to here so that they can take this objective. Klara can only move 6 inches because she's moving out of the forest. Or 5 inches because she has to move over the top of that. Yeah, that's about right. And she's not going to be within range of Adana for any magic. And these guys are just going to hold because there's nothing that they can do. So, at the end of round 4, this objective will change hands. And I'm not going to bother rolling morale because the route check for this, because it doesn't matter. I don't think. I'll roll it if it turns out that it does matter, but we're just going to jump straight into scoring. So, Spellbreaker, no. Executioner, no. Shifting Strategy, no. She can't score anything else, so the Litwin Scouts are going to end with a total of 3 victory points. Klara's Horde, on the other hand, oh, hold on a second. They've only got... I picked up hold... Yeah, I picked up hold 6, but I needed to pick up an extra objective. 40... 44. Is 44 a valid objective for them? It is Shifting Strategy. Objective 3. This would actually have changed... this might have changed how I played the game. No, it's fine because I can score hold. I only get to score one thing. So on round 4, we're scoring hold 6. Shifting Strategy 3. I would have only been able to get... I would have been able to get 2 points out of it. I think. Yeah, I would have been able to get 2 points out of it, but I can only score 1 objective, so I can only get extra 2 points anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, theoretically, I could actually seize 2 as well as hold 6, as well as Shifting Strategy, if I had to move my ghouls over to capture this objective, and moved my skeletons to capture this objective. If I had have drawn that and was playing optimally, but you only get to score 1 objective every round, is my reading of the rules. So that's 6 victory points total. Klara's winning the game. So she's going to get an extra 2 victory points for a total of 8. So at the end of the game, can we score... So hang on. At the end of the game, mission for the Litwin Scouts lose. So they will gain 30 points and 3 victory points off the back of that. Klara's Horde won the game. Game win. Oh, they had a... Yeah, that's fine. So they get 8 points. And 8 victory points and 10 points. Now, Special objectives. Mastery. 1 friendly unit in each table quarter at the end. No. Honor. No enemy units in your own deployment zone at the end. Okay, so Klara's Horde are going to get an extra 10 victory points for a objective success. Objective 10. So they succeeded at honor. Litwin scouts failed at mastery. And that is scoring done. Hang on, let's do these scorings. Litwin scouts have now played 4 games, as has Klara's. $14 and $17, is that right? 14 and 17, yes, that is correct. So the Litwin Scouts are now at the back of the pack with 3.5. Klara's Horde third place with 4.25, just behind the Orton Expedition with 4.3. And Chevelle's troop still well in the lead. Let's see if that changes next game. But first, it is time to roll for casualties. So, over on the side of the board, Klara's Horde lost 2 units. Campaign rules. So for Ghoul Unit 1, 5, they are recovered. For Ghoul Unit 2, 1, Ghoul Unit 2 is out. Ghouls 1, recovered, dead. Klara survived. The skeletons survived, and Ghouls 3 survived. So, XP gains for the ghouls. Everything that didn't die gets 1 XP. Ghouls 3 knocked out Corel, so they get an extra. They get an extra 1 XP for knocking out a unit. So Ghouls 3 knocked out Corel, so they have 2 XP. Klara knocked out Sorel, so she gets 2, and the skeletons knocked out Elora, so they get 3 XP. Ooh, hang on, who knocked out... Who knocked out the woodman guy? I'm going to have to look back through the recording to see who knocked him out. It was Ghouls 1. So let's just record that. I think it was round 2. Ghouls 1 knocked out Atheros, and they get an extra XP. As a result, the Vampire Lord Klara gains 2 XP to 6 and will level up. Ghouls 1 go to 6 XP and will level up. Ghouls 2 are dead. Ghouls 3 are the new ghouls and will get 2 XP. And skeletons will also level up, going to 7 experience. So, rolling to see what they get. Regular units. Let's do the regular units first. So, looking at the skeletons. Roll 1d6. 4. The skeletons get resilient, which is +1 to rolls when blocking hits. Oh, wow. Resilient. Ghouls 1 rather, get 5, which is elite. Ghouls 3 get 6, which is fast learner. May pick any other trait from the list. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Each trait can only be gained once, so if you roll the same result, simply re-roll. Units cannot earn more than 30 XP. So they can level up max 6 times. So does that mean I get fast learner, elite, say, which would give them the elite effect twice? Because otherwise he can't level up 6 times. Yeah, let's go with that. So do I want elite? Do I want basically +1 to hit, +1 to defense, +1 to morale, or agile, which gives them extra move? I think I want elite. So I'm going to go fast learner elite. And they're all now worth 5 XP more. So the skeletons are now worth 30. The ghouls are worth 35. Ghouls 2 are worth 35. And Klara, even though I haven't rolled her thing, will be worth 90. So hero units, I need to roll 1d6. 6. I get to choose between Pathfinder or Healer. Pathfinder. Runner, I can get roll again. So Runner is +3 to move. Prowler. Enemy units further than 12 inches get -1 to hit on shooting rolls. Climber, okay, and Healer. Friendly units within... so Herbalist. I'm going to go Pathfinder because it makes a little bit more sense. So 3, I get Prowler, which is actually pretty good. So that... Prowler... Elite. And the skeletons get resilient. Now, we need to work out what happens for Klara. So let's roll Klara first. 5. I believe that she recovers. Follow the same rules above. However, on a 1, it becomes 5. It becomes 5 points cheaper. So she's just recovered. Corella's next on the list. Corell is dead. Atheris. 4 is recovered. And Sorel is also recovered. Adana survived. XP gain. So, everyone gets 1 experience except Corel. Litwin knocked out 2 things of... Elora Litwin knocked out 2 different ghouls. 2 different units. And no one else got any more experience. So... Elora will actually level up. So she now has 11 experience. Atheris, the tree man, will level up as he has 5 experience. Sorel, the warrior, will not level up. He has 7 experience. He has already leveled up. Adana, the scout, will level up with 5 experience. And the lone watcher is dead. So... let's roll for Atheris and Adana. So Atheris first, 6, and Adana, 1. So Atheris will get, it was like Fast Learner, that's what it was called. And get to pick one of the others. Whereas Adana will get Agile. Adana is now worth 35. Atheris is now worth 20. So... the tree man, I think will pick up Elite. I think that Elite is the one to get. Because that's just rerolls. Now Elora is going to roll to see what she gets. 4, fighter or shooter. Fighter, duelist, enemy gets -1 in melee. Fanatic, +1 to attack. Berserk, enemies get +1 to wound results. That's bad. That's bad for her. Isn't it? +1 to wound results. I am not sure what that means. Shooter. The hero may shoot even after rush actions. Destroyer, the hero gets AP +1. She doesn't have a bow. Enemies shot at by the hero. I guess I've got to take fighter and hope I don't roll a 5 or a 6. 3. Good. Now I don't have +1, so she gets fanatic. Brilliant. I can't remember if I added that in, but I think I did for the others. So that's it. That's the game. Everyone is sorted out. Corel, we have lost Corel. They've lost another lone watcher. And they're apparently worth 40 points. Which I don't have to spend before the next game. So I'm gonna, yeah, that's arid now. So yeah, that's it. That is the Litwin Scouts versus Klara's Horde in Game 4, Round 1, or Game 7, as it will otherwise be in a 9-game series. Litwin Scouts are not doing great. Klara's Horde is sort of in the middle there. And we will see what happens in the next game. Until then, I hope you had a good time. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for sticking around. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.